I do have
Oh yeah.
one thing I still feel guilty about. I feel guilty saying I have autism in the way that I feel guilty, like I'm claiming some sort of assistance when I can see people who have the same thing I have, but in a much more intense format that is much more delib-
Debilitating.
debilitating.
They have more challenges.
Yeah, it's more debilitating to their daily existence. And I feel bad that I'm kind of saying I have the same thing because I don't know, someone who loses one leg is technically a cripple, but someone who's paralyzed from the waist down or something is a lot worse off. But they both could.
But they're still both quadriplegics, right?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, like, somebody explained it to me when because went through exactly the same stuff you're talking about. And somebody said, look, Robert, a lot of people have cancer, and a lot of people have cancer and they beat it. And a lot of people have cancer and they don't. They all have cancer. The fact that you have it differently in a different form or different whatever,
Mm-hmm.
somebody has greater challenges or needs more support, which it's funny because 2 years ago I wouldn't think like this. And now I find myself going like, right, they're not debilitated. They're not challenged. They have greater support needs, right? Because even to say that someone is challenged argues that there's a way they're supposed to be and they're
Mm-hmm.
not living up to it. So they have challenges rather than, no, they actually have some support needs. And their support needs are based on the way they want to live their life. You could say they have a challenge because they don't do math. They have trouble with math. Well, that's not a challenge if they have no desire or need for math.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
But
so
yeah,
it's
obviously, with our current society, there's certain things that people have difficulty with that are inherently needed to function in our society. So there isn't a challenge. Realistically, they do have challenges because unfortunately, we don't live in a world where you can just exist without math.
well,
Currently,
yes, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
but we also don't live in a world where you can exist without support. All human
absolutely,
infants
yes.
need support to survive. Our senior elderly folk could really use some support to enjoy their last few
Mm-hmm.
years. Like, so it just kind of makes sense in the diversity of it all that some people will also need support in the middle.